must have wrapped your turban too tight. She should have kept you home on those Arabian nights. It's plain to see you need some therapy. Oh, Osama, your mama could have done a lot better. Though I bet every day you did something to upset her. By the way, we got an answer to your anthrax letter. New York City's where it's from, is called a smart bomb. And I can hear your mama saying now, you're in a heap of trouble, son. Now just look what you done. Saw you on TV with your gun. Mercy's sakes, I can't do a thing with you. Told you W's gonna get you. And I can just hear W say, you in a heap of trouble, boy. And I don't think you will enjoy our game of search and destroy. Yeah, we got your terror right here. We gonna run it up your rear. Oh, Osama, your mama didn't teach you how to act. You crossed the line too far this time, there ain't no turning back. You're starting to remind us of another maniac. Yeah, you know who, he started World War II. Osama, your mama didn't teach you to behave. Now they say you're hanging with the bats in a cave. Well, pulling off that sneak attack was not too brave. Kinda makes us remember the 7th of December. And I can hear your mama saying again, ooh, you in a heap of trouble, son. Now just look what you've done. Saw you on TV with that gun. Goodness me, I can't do a thing with you. Told you W's gonna get you. And I can just hear W saying, you in a heap of trouble, boy. I don't think you're gonna enjoy our game of search and destroy. Yeah, we got your terror right here. We gonna run it up your rear. Oh, Osama, your karma's really got you in a jam. But that's just what you get when you mess with Uncle Sam. Osama, the Taliban is history. Nobody wants to see you starting World War III. Osama, you know the Al-Qaeda won't last. Osama, just like you, its future's in the past. He had a cheeseburger in one hand, French fries propped up on the seat, an ice cold cola in his cup holder, and to make the scene complete, he was searching for a pen and paper to make a note of things to take home. Still, he might have missed that concrete truck, but he was talking on his mobile phone. Hang up and drive, you're driving me crazy. Put down that phone with both hands on your steering wheel. Hang up and drive, you're driving me crazy. Hey, that ain't no phone booth, son, it's your automobile. She had that vanity mirror down in her face, messing with her hair. In her high-rise four-wheel drive, sitting way up in the air. She just put on her makeup, plug her curling iron into the dash. But when she tried to dial her mobile phone, that's when she heard the crash. Hang up and drive, you're driving me crazy. Put down that phone, put both hands on your steering wheel. Hang up and drive, you're driving me crazy. Hey, that ain't no phone booth, honey, it's your automobile. Well, you've seen them out there, friends, scary. Every Tom, Dick, Jane, and Mary driving with a phone stuck in their ear. Laughing, crying, yelling, talking. Those same folks can't chew gum while they're walking. What makes them think they can talk on the phone and steal? Hang up and drive. You're driving me crazy. Hey, put down that phone, put both hands on your steering wheel. Hang up and drive. You're driving me crazy. That ain't no phone booth, it's your automobile. I said that ain't no phone booth, it's your automobile. Remember back when working hard meant baseball games in Grandma's yard. Appetites grew strong in the Georgia sun. And about the time you could smell the meal way clean out in center field, someone would holler out, "Dinner's on." And no matter who the batter was, we'd stop and drop our baseball gloves and head for the water pump to wash our hands. The all-stars bowed their heads in grace, each one with his own home plate, filled with the fruits of labor from our land. And we were family, family, with resemblances too strong for us to see. We were family, ageless family, and safe at home is all we long to be. I can still see little brother's face as he slid wide-eyed into second base. And countless times I've wished we could return, 'cause in that moment it seems so clear just who we are and why we're here. And I pray that someday soon the world will learn we're all family, one big family, with resemblances too strong for us to see. We're family, ageless family, and safe at home is all we long to be. Well, she was walking toward me in a tight red dress, looking like she just won a beauty contest. I wanted so bad to make a good impression, using all the powers of articulate expression. And then all the blood rushed out of my head, and I can't be held responsible for what I said. 'Cause what I meant to say was, I'd be honored to reveal to you some aspects of our fair metropolis that a lady of your obvious sophistication might find extremely stimulating. What slipped out was you want to see my pet frog? Freudian slip, a slip of the tongue. My brain does a flip, and I come undone. My tongue starts to trip all over my words, and they come out on my lips like something you never heard. In my desperate attempt to be cool, I try to be hip, but I'm a blabbering fool. What I mean to say is poetic, what comes out is just pathetic. No time for regrets. Hey, what are you gonna do? Cause the very next day I had a job interview. But then came the shocker, and I don't mean maybe. The personnel director was the very same lady. I thought, here's my chance to turn it all around. I'll dazzle her by saying something profound. And what I meant to say was, I'm quite confident that I have the educational qualifications and the inherent sensitivity to become an indispensable asset to your establishment. What slipped out was, would you sign my arm? Freudian slip, a slip of the tongue. My brain does a flip, and I come undone. My tongue starts to trip all over my words, and they come out on my lips like something you never heard. In my desperate attempt to be cool, try to be hip, and I'm a blabbering fool. What I mean to say is poetic, but what comes out is just pathetic. Freudian slip, a slip of the tongue. My brain doesn't flip, and I come undone. My tongue starts to trip all over my words, and they come out on my lips like something you never heard. In my desperate attempt to be cool, try to be hip, and I'm a jabbering fool. What Well, late one night while driving home, I stopped to use a roadside phone to call my wife and tell her I was headed back. When somewhere out of that mist and fog came a big deer running from a pack of dogs, and that deer ran right into the side of my Cadillac. Well, it cracked like thunder when he banged his head, and the deer fell over, and I thought he was dead, and it spooked the dogs, and they ran off back into the woods. So I picked that deer up by his feet and laid him out real neat in my back seat. I'm thinking some venison stew might taste real good. Yeah, that head looked real good up on the wall. What were those big antlers and all? Well, I started to put my car in drive when, son of a gun, he came alive, kicking and snorting in the back of my Cadillac, breaking windows and smashing doors, and I'm not gonna say what he did on the floor. And then he jumped the seat and stomped up and down my back. Well, I was just trying to stay alive, so I jumped out and left the deer inside, ran to the phone so I could call 911. And then I heard a noise and I froze in my tracks. Sounded like those dogs might be coming back. And I looked up and sure enough, here they come. Now leading that pack was a big old hound with his ears a-flopping and his nose to the ground. And I knew he wouldn't like me stealing his deer. Now that deer had his antlers up through the sunroof, and I'm climbing up the telephone booth when that dog jumped up and bit me on the rear. Help! Give me the police! Thank God for 911. Somebody get on out here quick and be sure to bring your gun. I got hound dogs nipping at my heels, and families are wrecking my Coupe de Ville. Help! Give me the police! Thank God for 911. Well, those hound dogs held us both at bay till the police came and chased them away. And then they said, buddy, you can drop that phone now and come on down. We can't think of any rhyme or reason for you having that deer, 'cause it's out of season. I think we better all just go see the judge back in town. Well, you see, Your Honor, I'd just like to mention that deer was in bad need of medical attention, and would you believe I was taking him to the vet? He said 30 days and you do it again, and I'll lock you up to Lord knows when and teach you a lesson you never will forget. Now my Cadillac's a total wreck. I got hoof prints all over my back and dog bites on my toes and up my shins. Yeah, my wife's run off, my job is gone, and I'm here in the jailhouse all alone, and I know one thing I will never say again. Help, give me the police, thank God for 911. Somebody get on out here quick and be sure to bring your gun. I got hound dogs sniffing at my heels and Bambi's wrecking my coupe de ville. Help, give me the police, thank God for 911. I tell you one thing, from now on, roadkill is off my menu. At least from now on, I'll make sure it's dead, not just playing possum. Venison stew. I'll take chicken noodle soup any day. Barbecue's good too, and sausage. Hey, Jimmy Dean is my hero. At a roulette table on a riverboat, with Herman on her shoulders and diamonds round her throat, she laid a wad of money on 7, said let it roll. Yeah, like a cage and say Bon Temps Roulette, let's let the good times roll. She hit a number and the table went wild, but that good-looking woman never cracked a smile. She said, just stack it all back on 7, honey, let it roll. Yeah, I've come to play Bon Temps Roulette, let's let the good times roll. Then somebody whispered, I think she's got a gun, y'all. Ain't she that woman from Memphis who's been on the run? Well, they say she caught her husband piled up in the bed with a Cajun stripper they call Little Red. Found her husband's revolver, slipped a bullet in one hole. Then she said, we gonna play a little Russian roulette and let the good times roll. She hit her number on the very first spin, put in another bullet, blam, hit it again. She said, ooh, feeling lucky, I think I'll try that riverboat. Like Little Red used to say, Bon Temps Roulette, let's let the good times roll. 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 If you're gonna play, you know there ain't no way to save your soul. Let the good times roll. Let them roll. Let them roll. Yeah, like a cage and say Bon Temps Roulette. Let the good times roll. She hit her number 7 times in a row. That's when we all saw the sheriff standing in the door. Whoa. She must have had $1 million, he put it in a sack. Then he put her in his prowler, but not in the back. And it didn't turn north toward Memphis, he headed south, let it roll. Yeah, like a cage and say it down New Orleans way, let's let the good times roll. 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 Yeah, if you're gonna play, you know there ain't no way to save your soul. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Let them roll. Let them roll. Play like the Cajuns say, Bon Temps Roulette. Let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll.
Yeah. It was a cool night in Dallas at the Southside 9-Ball Palace when I stepped in off the sidewalk with my pool cue in my hand. Said I've come for Texas Slim. We're gonna shoot 9-ball, me and him. And tonight we'll find out who is the better man. Now I've heard he used to be the best, and I've already beaten all the rest. From New York to Chicago and L.A. They say that he's the king of hustlers, an old-time Texas pool hall rustler. And ain't he the man that used to say, never make it look too easy when you break. Get all the money out on the table, then take time to chalk your name. And don't take pity on a sucker, son, just take it. 'Cause if you can't afford to lose, then you should never play the game. Then out of the shadows dim stepped what once was Texas Slim. He was ripped, worn and ragged, kind of run down at the heel. He said, it's been a long time, son, since I've shot pool with anyone. But I'll play you one game if that's the way you feel. He was a pitiful looking man with a 3-day beard and a trembling hand. Had to take him a shot of whiskey to ease the shakes. I said, I've come to take you for all you've got, and it don't matter if it ain't a lot. And just to show you I'm a sporting man, you can have the break. And then a smile crossed the face of every pool shark in that place as Slim took down his custom inlaid pool cue from its stand. He said, I've heard for days that you were coming, with your pockets full and your young mouth running, and tonight we'll find out who is the better man. Then all I heard were cue balls crack and 9 balls fall, and Slim say rack. And he kept the run till all my money was gone. And then he looked at me with those eyes of ice and said, son, I'll just leave you with this advice to ponder as you hitchhike your way back home. Never make it look too easy when you break. Get all the money out on the table, then take time to chalk your name. And don't take pity on a sucker, son, just take it. 'Cause if you can't afford to lose, then you should never play the game. Never make it look too easy when you break. Get all the money out on the table, then take time to chalk your name. And don't take pity on the sucker, son, just take it. 'Cause if you can't afford to lose, then you should never play the game. I heard your voice on the radio. You were talking on a call-in show. The program dealt with psychology. You were talking about me. You told her about our home life, our sex life, our kids. You told her every weird thing that I ever did. You said I was a loser, a washout in bed, that if I wasn't breathing, you'd think I was dead. Just you and the lady on the radio, and 20 million listeners or so. friends started calling before you were through, just in case I wasn't tuned in to you. Oh, darling, how could you do that to me? Haven't I had enough trouble lately? Got fired from a job down to doctor place? You know, the hospital. Hey, how was I to know my degree in brain surgery from Guadalajara was not legitimate? After all, it cost me $300. Yeah, and on top of that, you have to go and get on the air and talk about our matrimonial problems. Now, I'll admit, I've been a little off lately, but remember the good old days when I used to stand up in bed and beat on my chest and yell, "Meet Tarzan, you Jane." Oh! Hadn't felt that way in quite some time now. Kind of a slump. But what the heck, darling, maybe it's just a phase. I mean, people go through these things all the time. It's only been 13 years. I could snap out of it any day now. But no, you couldn't wait. Couple weeks later, you were back on the air, talking about your new love affair. It was true romance, you hope it never ends. Well, it's nice to hear good things about my best friend. Just you and the lady on the radio, 20 million listeners or so. My friends started calling before you were through, in case I wasn't tuned in to you. Well, darling, that was a crushing blow. I lay there stunned, unable to move. You and my best friend. I couldn't believe it. Finally, I called up my best friend's wife. I said, "You hear that? Those guys are cheating on us." She said, "Forget that. Come over here and show me that part where you stand up in bed and do that Tarzan thing. You know, meet Tarzan, you Jane." Divorce was friendly, the settlement fair. You and my friend make a wonderful pair. Thoughts of revenge make me feel so small, but I couldn't resist making one little call. Just me and the lady on the radio, and 20 million listeners or so. And I only hope that before I was through, that all your friends started calling you. Just me and the lady on the radio, and 20 million listeners or so. And I only hope that before I was through, that all your friends started calling you. As she kissed me goodbye, she kicked my bird dog, rolled a stick of dynamite under my pickup, released the brake on my dear old mother's wheelchair, pushed it down the hill into the path of a speeding semi-truck. Then she shot the propane tank with my dear rifle, turned our love nest into one big pile of wood. I hate to be a pessimist, but I sense something in her kiss, and I'm afraid this time she might be gone for good. As she backed out of the drive, she hit my Harley, drug it underneath her car down to the street. Took a baseball bat to my C-Rock City mailbox, hollered something at me that I can't repeat. Then she whistled for our neighbor, she come running, and they drove off laughing through our neighborhood. I know they say that love is blind, but I think she's giving me a sign, and I believe this time she might be gone for good. Yes, I'm afraid this time she might be gone for good.
No, wait, I was wrong. She's coming back. Hey, baby. Huh? What's this? A new bowling ball with a sparkler in it. Hey, wait. Where are you going? Well, don't run off again. Hey, Thelma. You and Louise, come back here, you hear? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This ain't no bowling ball. Why, it's a...
Yeah, this time she just might be gone for good. Oh. Nothing in the world that I would rather see than your smile, my friend. In a world where freedom could not find an enemy and peace would never end. Oh, united we stand, divided we fall. And if our back should ever be against the wall, we'll be together, together, you and I. Let me say it again. United we stand, divided we fall. And if our back should ever be against the wall, I will still be here. And if the going gets too hard along the way, just you call, I'll hear. And united we stand, divided